Welcome back to some more Elite Speak. And we're going to talk about Rampage, August 20th, 2021. And this featured the debut of a CM Punk. This show is trending just about all week. Trending since Monday. And we finally got it on Friday night. Post SmackDown. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern. And the man himself. We opened the show of Rampage with the debut of CM Punk. Open to thunderous ovation from the fans. This is probably the loudest I've ever heard of the loudest I've heard an AEW show. People were emotional in the crowd. We had people crying. We had even Punk himself. He almost broke down himself at the top of the entrance ramp when he came out to that thunderous ovation. And as he was walking down the ramp, he even dove into the crowd. Everyone near that entrance ramp who had a Punk sign, he personally thanked them and let them know that he appreciates his fans there in Chicago. And this was great. I enjoyed it. And this is coming from a guy that did not see his run at all because I was away from wrestling since I was a kid. 2003. I stopped watching. Came back early 2019. And this is when AEW was being formed. And I've been following it ever since. And it's led all the way up to this moment. August 20th, 2021. 2 years after, well, more than 2 years since they formed. And we were rewarded tonight. And I'm looking forward to his run in AEW. Should be good. He is definitely a needle mover because the social media engagement that Punk caused was, you can see it. His All Elite graphic on Twitter did over 50,000 likes, and it wasn't even up an hour. The mainstream news were even getting in on this. You had Sports Center reporting his return on TV, Sports Center. You even had people who have not watched wrestling in years. They heard about this. They surely tuned in. This was good, man. This is going to be good for AEW. And he is definitely a needle mover, and he's going to move those ratings. That's what this is all about. Putting AEW into the upper echelon, getting them off the ground. This guy is definitely a needle mover. And it was smart to debut him soon as the show started. Why? Because as soon as he came out, word would have gotten out. People would have tuned in because we went to break soon as he got into the ring. So by the time people told other people, etc., by the time the commercial break was over, they would have been watching him speak for the first time in years in the middle of a ring. So that was smart marketing by Tony Khan to get it out the way, because you also don't want the Punk chance to take over the show. So if they had waited to the end, we probably wouldn't have focused too much on the matches. The fans there would have been chanting all night and didn't want that. So it's best to get them out the way. Get it out the way, and I would say it has been a success. It's been everything you wanted. And he had a lot of stuff to say when he got back in the ring. He openly apologized to people that he might have upset by the things he said, etc., over the years. And he also mentioned that he is there to work with the young talent in AEW. And there are plenty of top young talents there that he can work with, namely Jungle Boy Darby Allin, which we have confirmation of tonight that he will be working with for the first time. You got talent like, again, Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, Will Hobbs, John Moxley he wanted to work with, and there are a few others that he named. So he's obviously going to work with them in due time because that's what he wants to do. And whatever CM Punk wants, that's what he's going to get. And Tony Khan has to be elated because he finally got the number one guy that he wanted to bring in when he first formed AEW. He got him now. It took 2 years, but he got him. And Punk, he called out Darby Allin, who was in the rafters with Sting way up above everyone. And that will be his first opponent at All Out in a few weeks in Chicago. September 5th, I believe. And the chills, the goosebumps, everyone was feeling this. Everyone enjoyed this moment. The real fans enjoyed this moment, not the trolls. Of course, they didn't. But there you have it. Most of the show was the CM Punk debut. His ring entrance, his ovation, him soaking it all in, his promo. That was about 20 to 30 minutes on TV. Good stuff. It was all about Punk this night. But we also had 3 matches. And the first match was Private Party going up against the Jurassic Express. And of course, the Jurassic Express win via the Thoracic Express. It's a move where Luchasaurus gets them in like a suplex-like position, and Jungle Boy catches them in a sit-out powerbomb position. I love that move. We've seen it a lot on the dark shows, and it's starting to make his appearances on the TV shows, and it looks good. And they win with this double team maneuver. And post-match, Jungle Boy was seen holding his neck afterwards. He might have gotten a little stinger on something in the match. I'm not sure what it was because I wasn't looking as it happened, but hopefully he's all right. Good match. So Private Party will take on the winner of the Lucha Brothers Varsity Blondes match on Dynamite. It's coming Wednesday, so that should be interesting. We followed that up with Kiera Hogan going up against Jade Cargill. And this was pretty much a one-sided affair. Cargill pretty much squashed Kiera Hogan. She didn't get much. She got a little bit off his hand, but most of it was Cargill. And it was not enough. Hogan gets Jaded, the finisher, for the loss. Jade continued on her squashing ways. And I think she needs some more full matches. Because you're not gonna get better working short matches. You need longer ones. So we'll see if she keeps on developing. But I was hoping to see a lot more from Kiera, but I guess since she's not signed, they aren't gonna invest fully in her. So she'll be at the NWA Empower show. So that's something. She got a lot of stuff going on outside of Impact now that she's a free agent. So that should be interesting for her. We followed that up with the main event. Jon Moxley takes on Daniel Garcia with 2.0 in his corner. And of course, Jon Moxley wins via a bulldog choke. This is a pretty good match, though short. Garcia showed off his technical prowess with his many submission holds and working of the joints, etc. But it wasn't enough to overcome Mox. And it was a nice showing for Garcia regardless. And post-match, we got a beat down. 2.0 jumped Mox, and Garcia did the same. But Sting and Darby came out to Mox's rescue. And all three guys, Darby, Sting, and Mox were standing tall over the downed Garcia and 2.0 as the show went off the air. So there you have it. There's your AEW Rampage review for August the 20th, 2021. Great show. Featured the debut of a CM Punk, and I think it does well in the ratings despite its 10 o'clock time slot. I think it's going to do over 1 million, especially with Punk being there. And this is just the beginning. So I will catch you guys on the next Elite Speak review. Adios.